Why every initiation begins with death. Invocation. Every threshold begins with a letting go. The ancients knew this truth, that no true beginning could arrive without first passing through an ending. Every initiation, whether whispered in temples, carved into stone, or carried in secret rites, begins not with life, but with death. It is the ash before the flame, the silence before the song. The ancient pattern. In the mysteries of Eleusis, the candidate was lowered into darkness, surrounded by symbols of dissolution before emerging into light. In the temples of Egypt, initiates lay in the coffin of Osiris, tasting the stillness of the grave, so that they might rise as one reborn. Among the shamans of the steppes, death was enacted through trance and trial, visions of dismemberment that became visions of renewal. To be initiated was not simply to learn, but to die to what you were and awaken to what you might become. The universal law. Why must death stand at the gate of transformation? Because what clings cannot pass through. Old identities, old certainties, the comforts of the familiar, they cannot enter the chamber of initiation. Like husks burned away in fire, they must fall into ash. Only then can essence remain. Only then can the seed break its shell and root itself in the deeper soil. Death as teacher. In this sense, death is not the enemy but the first teacher. It teaches us to yield, to bow before the greater current, to recognize that what we call I is a fleeting arrangement, not the final word. Every true rite echoes this truth. The child must die for the adult to be born. The seeker must die for the initiate to rise. The old self must die so that the soul may glimpse its greater horizon. The modern forgetting. Yet today, initiation is diluted. We graduate, we achieve, we progress, but we rarely die. Our ceremonies are polished, safe, stripped of their darker mirrors. And so we miss the marrow of transformation. We cling to what was, afraid to let it go, and so our beginnings are shallow. Without death, initiation becomes a formality, not a rebirth. The first practice to reclaim the ancient way is to allow small deaths in our own lives, to welcome the endings that come unbidden, the friendship that fades, the belief that crumbles, the season that will not return. Instead of fleeing, we pause. We acknowledge this too is an initiation. Each ending chisels us into shape, preparing us for a deeper unveiling. Why does every initiation begin with death? Because without death, we are never truly reborn. To cross the ashen gate is to surrender, to lay down what we have carried, and to trust that on the other side waits not erasure, but a greater life. The beginning is hidden within the ending, and the ending is the first initiation.